Welcome to Toffee TV. This is the Everton News Daily. Yeah, so it's all over. It's just gone after 11 o'clock. And it's to be fair, it's been a bit of a disappointing day, hasn't it? Lots of promise at the beginning of the day. Lots of talk of players coming in, strikers. Aberdeen from Napoli. Brahimi coming over from Porto. Those failed to materialise. It then came out that we were chasing Sissoko, Enner Valencia also from West Ham, which was a bit of a strange one. We put a bid in of £30 million for Sissoko. It was agreed. Everything was agreed to. Everton put a plane on for the player, had medical facilities, and then he turned his phone off and has sodded off down to Tottenham to join Tottenham for £30 million. I'm not sure if we dodged a bullet or not. A lot of Newcastle fans were actually laughing at us when we agreed the price, so that one be interesting. Only time will tell on that one. £30 million would have been our record fee. We may have we may have dodged a bullet, but I think the main thing about today was it just feels like a missed opportunity. It feels like all the things that we've been talking about for weeks about getting this player and that player, it felt like they were building up to something, and it felt like we were building up to something today, and it feels like that opportunity is being completely missed. I'm not saying it's not been a good summer in terms of players. I just feel like we should have brought more players in. We needed more players. We needed another striker. We needed maybe someone else in midfield, and we've missed out. And I think what annoys me more than anything is that it feels like we messed around for a lot of the time when we should have got stuff done. Of course, we're not privy to what goes on behind the scenes, but it opens the door to a lot of people who just think that it's the same old, and that I suppose that's the biggest problem. That's the biggest worry. Are those people right? You know, is the money? Who's pulling the strings? Now, I don't necessarily believe or I think there is money. I just think that we're very much still stuck in the old Everton mould. One of the problems is everyone's got money now. That makes it very hard to negotiate. You put a £30 million bid in, then Tottenham come and put a £30 million bid in. The difference is they have got Champions League. We've seen that with Perez going to Arsenal. They've got Champions League. That's a problem. That's a conundrum the last manager has left us in, and that's for Ronald Koeman to work out. But you also feel like there was an opportunity to bring other players in, and that's been completely missed, I think. And we've been left with... Yes, I think we've been left with a better squad, but... in terms of strikers, we are still very, very short. That should have been addressed. It'll be interesting, you know. Enner Valencia has come in from West Ham. He's coming on loan with a view to a permanent deal. I've been at Ball Street all day, and we've got two West Ham fans here, and they were absolutely delighted to see the back of him. That is not a good start to a career at a club. That worries me a lot. But at the same time, when he came in at West Ham, he had a lot of promise. He's had a great World Cup in 2014, and maybe Ronald Koeman can get something out of him that he couldn't get out of him at West Ham. We'll wait and see. It is a loan as well. So, I mean, that's helpful, because if he's rubbish, we can send them back. Everton have also signed Dominic Calvert-Lewin today from Sheffield United. They've been after him all summer, or certainly the last month or so. He'll go straight into the under 23s, sorry, their squad. So that's one for the future. And you can't dismiss that, because we've signed players before for the future. John Stones, Holgate, and they've come in and actually contributed within. Brendan Galloway's another one. They actually have come in and done a job. But I don't know. There's a lot of anger today, and I can understand why there's a lot of anger. Evertonians have been waiting for a very long time for a change. They've been waiting for a change, a new owner. Machiri come in. This window is his real first window. Koeman's in there, Steve Walsh in there. I think Everton fans expected to be impressed. They expected to be dazzled. They expected a big signing. it hasn't quite happened like that. I think that's left a few people just angry that nothing's changed. Now, I suppose that's up to Mishiri in the future months. Maybe would be a stadium, and obviously Ron Koeman and Steve Walsh identifying targets in the future. But it is annoying because we've started the season really well and we wanted that to carry on. We wanted all that to carry on into the future. And a couple of good signings today really would have done that. And it hasn't happened, unfortunately. So we move on. It's a bit annoying. Bit of information about Enner Valencia. 26 years old. 5'8.5". So he's not exactly a target man. More of a runner. West Ham's played 51 games, scored 10 goals. Panuccia, where he's signing from, 23 appearances, 18 goals. That's that's fantastic. Ecuador, 29 caps, 16 goals, which is pretty good as well. So we'll wait and see. You know, he's not a name I would have been looking at today, and I'm sure the West Ham fans, as I said, are absolutely delighted to get him off his book. So yeah, it's been a frustrating day. As I say, it started with a lot of promise, a lot of names. We thought we were going to get some of them in. It hasn't happened. If Sissoko had come in, I think a lot of fans would have felt like that was a good move. £30 million, I think, is a bit over the top, but what can you do? That's the cost of buying players these days. But I think it's just annoying that, as I say, after all the promise, after all the talk, after all the people we were rumoured to be after, we've ended up with very little to shout about, especially today. So listen, we've started well in the league. Hopefully those players can carry on. Hopefully Ronald Koeman has got a plan for Valencia and how he wants to play him. Aid McGeady's gone to Preston. That's amazing. Nias is still here, which is also mad. But, you know, let's not dampen our spirits too much. I am annoyed. I do feel like there's certain people who work at the club who it's the same old, and we should be trying to not only get the best people in on the pitch, but the best people to do those jobs off the pitch as well. So I think that needs to be done. I think we need like really good negotiators and really good people in higher management roles at Everton Football Club, and I'd like to see something like that happen in the future, because I think the people who are in those positions now are the same people who've let us down in the past. But you know, that's a discussion for another day. If you've watched the ball seats all day, you know it's been a very long day and we've been doing a lot of stupid things, especially me, of course, me. If you haven't, go back and watch it. It's been an absolutely fantastic day. We've had a good laugh. Keeping you all entertained if you've been watching. So thanks for joining me on the Everton News Daily. Thanks for watching Toffee TV. I'm going to have to put that video we made about Sissoko in the bin. And I'll see you later. Catch you later.